Okay. Yep.
So shall we begin or shall we wait for a few more? I intend to do this twice, one in the current hour and one in the following hour. Is that correct? Was 2 p.m. communicated to 2 p.m. West Africa time communicated to a number of the students?
It's 12:18 here. Hello, Stephen.
Yes. Hello, Charlie. And hello, Yaira.
Hello.
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yes. So I think we should get started.
Yeah. I think
And
so.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go through an orientation, and we'll do the same thing now in this hour from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. West Africa time, or noon Ghana time to 1 p.m. And then we will do the same thing repeated in the following hour. Okay, so if you're here in this hour, you can drop off if you would like, or you can sit through a rerun. Gilbert or Emmanuel, do you want to give any sort of introduction?
I'll give Emmanuel the honors. Emmanuel?
Gilbert, can you do that, please? I'm driving. I don't want to be distracted.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. It's such a joy, Adesi, an honor to be able to see that we've come this far with Steve. I met Steve last year. I was blessed to spend 5 days in his house. And this was just a dream that we're talking about. We connected with Emmanuel. We started doing some work behind the scenes. That was 6th October. And here we are already at the stage of having Steve take us through an orientation of how we can offer a lot of the MTS sessions that we've met online to do directly on Zoom. Now we have the possibility to use an e-learning platform, which Steve is going to introduce us to, Virtual Christianity, to be able to offer this services, teaching services. And so I believe Steve is going to be very competent to take us through the details, but it's just the way the world is going now, and we don't want to be left behind. And Steve has been so gracious to offer us this service. I can't even believe he's offering it to us literally for free. It's unbelievable. So I don't have much more I can add than just ask Steve to make use of the remaining 40-something minutes before the next hour comes up. So thank you, Steve. God bless you for your hard work in putting this together. I can't even believe how many hours Steve has put into this to get videos, to have curriculum, to have all kinds of things available online. It's unbelievable. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you, Emmanuel. Today, we're going to be doing a quick orientation for students and for organization administrators, but primarily for students today, to understand the virtual Christianity learning community. And for this audience, we're going to be addressing specifically the MTA West Africa site within the site. So let me just introduce, first of all, what the platform is. This platform is the Virtual Christianity Learning Community. Virtual Christianity is a U.S. nonprofit that's dedicated to online Christian learning. As it says here, the Virtual Christianity Learning Community is an online community devoted to practical, transformative, and collaborative online Christian learning and growth. You all have been set up as students. You've all pretty much been able to log in. If you go to virtualchristianity.net, this is the homepage you will see. There's not much on the homepage. It's just a general overview of what Virtual Christianity Learning Community is. But the action for you will be once you get inside, once you log in, and I will just show you how it goes. You click the login button in the upper right. You enter your email address as your username. You enter your password, and you log in. We will do troubleshooting for people who have trouble logging in a little bit later in the orientation. When you log in, I imagine this is what you will see. It remembers the page you're on, so you might be on a different page. If you're not on this page, you just click the course dashboard up at the top in the menu, and you'll end up on this page. And everyone should be enrolled already in the one course currently being offered by the MTA West Africa on this platform. If you click into the Making of a Disciple, you'll see the course page, and it goes on for quite a ways. Don't worry, it's not too long and overwhelming. What we do on the left is we pull out this course index page, and this has the index of the entire course. So let me go ahead and give you an overview according to the course index. At the course index, we have the course overview at the top, then some reading resources down here. We've got document. Was there a question? Okay, let's leave questions for a question period, and perhaps you could mute yourself as you connect in. And I'll leave time for questions. Okay, then we have document resources here. These are things that are not books, but they're important reading material. Then we've got and documents. Then here are video resources. So here are a number of 23 videos that are available for the courses. Here are the sessions that are planned. Here are the assignments that are scheduled for the course. And here are links for session review. So we can navigate around the course just by clicking on the different links in the course index. So for instance, if I wanted to know what time is the online orientation today, I would log in, I would look at sessions, I would see session 0 is scheduled for February 8th, Thursday at 1 p.m. West Africa time. I would click on that, it brings me here, or I could click on sessions, which brings me up to this area in the course page. I click OK, so it appears that it is at 2:08, 1 p.m. Now, hopefully that shows up as West Africa time for you, 1 p.m. West Africa time. If it shows up as a different time for you, then we'll go through a process of sorting that out. But I should be able to click in here. Notice I've written it up here as 1 p.m. West Africa time. But oh, lo and behold, I went into it, and here we are. It shows the link, so I wouldn't need to frantically search on Zoom on the WhatsApp channel, or I wouldn't have to search my email for what the latest link was. Here it is. So I could click on the link and join the Zoom at the appropriate time. And by the way, this time is a time that should be affected by your time zone that you configured. This is a time that is just entered in text. So if these times do not agree for you, then this is the official time. And notice I put the time zone in there so that it will not be confused regardless of what time zone you have in your profile. Let me just check that out. We're going to make a quick visit over to your profile. Okay, I go to the user menu. I click on profile. I'm going to look here, make sure that, okay, my name is a little funny looking because I'm logged in as an anonymous student. a support student, but your name would show up here and your country, your city, town, and your time zone should be set. If they're not, I'll click on edit profile. I'll go through, I'll fix that, and I will go ahead and save. Okay, I could do other things like upload my picture or some other things, but these are the most important. If you make sure that your name is correct, your country, your city, and your time zone are correct, those are the most important things. It is, of course, nice if you can upload your photo. So let's just do that quickly. I'm going to edit my profile. I'm going to go down to my picture. I'm going to choose a file. I'm going to go to pictures. I'm going to, let's see, find an appropriate picture for me. Okay, let's choose this one. I'm going to upload that file. And there we go. And I'm going to save it. I got to make sure that I save it. If I don't save it, it won't show up here. And now my picture shows up in the navigation bar up at the upper left. Let's go back to the course, shall we? Okay, so how do I get back to the course? If I need to get back to the course, I just click on the course dashboard, back to the course, and let's take a look at the various sessions that are planned. Now, so session 0 is this online orientation. It's running at this time. Session 1 is scheduled for next Monday, February 12th at 10 a.m. West Africa time. That would be 9 a.m. Ghana time, and you can adjust in accordance with wherever you live. But session 1 will be Monday, February 12th at 10 a.m. West Africa time. Then the session 2 will be Thursday, February 15th, and on it goes. Okay, so this is the student view, and you can see what all the sessions are, what will be planned for those sessions, what you need to do before the session, what will happen at the session, or that is, what are the topics that will be lectured on at the session, and then what are the activities that will occur at the session. So you see what's going on there. And again, the Zoom link doesn't show up in this view. You actually need to click into the link if you want to find the Zoom link. Okay, but that's okay. We're going to now go back up here, and we're scrolling further. So I'm going to continue to give you a summary of all the things that you find here in the navigation, first in the course index, and then other things around the navigation bar. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, I will proceed. So scrolling back up on the course index.
Just a comment, if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
So there are no questions, but I just wanted to find out from everyone, is the pace at which Steve is doing, is it too fast? Is it moderate? I just wanted to bounce that off to see if there's any feedback on the pace. Because I've been working, okay, good for me. Rotimi is a tech guy. Let me ask my sister Yara. Is the pace okay for you, Yara?
Yes, it's okay. I'm trying to catch up.
You're trying to catch up.
Okay.
So okay, that's a good comment there.
Yeah.
All right. What about OG and Mercy? Is the pace okay for you guys? It's okay. Fantastic. All right. Thank you, Steve.
Yes, indeed. And this will be recorded, and I will be editing the recording to make it as succinct as possible. And so that's why I'm moving at quite a pace, because people like to look at overview videos and then like to go back and look at the parts that they wanted explained a little bit better. Okay, So just looking at how this course is laid out, the making of a disciple, we could just scroll down and read the details like this as we go through, or let me just navigate from the course index. First of all, the course index can be hidden by clicking on this button, or it can be shown again by clicking on this button. Okay, so if I hide this, I can also show the dashboard menu. This will not be nearly as important. You will mainly use the course dashboard to get to the course, or if you're on the course, you'll be using the course index in order to navigate around the course. Okay, so we'll pull out the course index. Let's go to the course overview. It just has a quick description, a couple of objectives and policies that you will want to know of. These are not things that you will read very frequently, but you'll want to refer to them. If you want a PDF of the syllabus, it exists here. We're not going to go through that because all of the information on the PDF syllabus that was given to me is now encoded in the website, in the course version of the website. There are announcements here. So there is actually a forum that may be used. Okay, it may be that if the course administrators or the instructors will use this announcement forum. However, because the email from the system to your various email accounts is quite rough at the moment, I think I need to do some more debugging and investigation to get the email working properly. I will recommend that they not use this announcements board, although the announcements forum will be in, the announcements will remain in the forum as well as being emailed out to students. So they may decide to use the announcements forum in this way. Let me move more quickly though around. Here are the reading resources, the two books that are available for reading for this course. The first is the Master Plan of Evangelism, and the organizers of this course have arranged to have the electronic version of this book available online. So so you can read this book online if you would like. You could download the PDF if you would like, so you have it on your local device, or of course you can buy the book and read it that way. Then there's another book called Revisiting the Master Plan. So the organizers of the course have also arranged to have the PDF of this book available online. Again, you can download it, read it on your local device. You can read it online, or you can buy the book and read it that way. Here are some other document resources. Okay, we've got the Scripture Bank, and I click on that here. The Scripture Bank comes up. Again, you can print this out if you would like this sheet available, or you can just consult it online. These are the scriptures that I think you're being asked to memorize, certainly to know the, so I will leave the course administrators to tell how much memory you're being asked to do there, whether you just are being asked to know the general contents of the scripture and the general chapter it's in so that you can find it, or whether you're going to be tested on word for word memory and book, chapter, and verse. Gilbert, do you have a comment there?
Emmanuel is better placed to make a
Okay.
comment.
Okay, well, there's the scripture memory section. I will move along. Here we've got purposeful questions worksheet. So, by the way, this course is currently being given under an understanding that this is a pilot of the platform. I am available for all of you through the WhatsApp channels through which we've been communicating. Please reach out if you need support. But what we're trying to do is to make sure that the online documentation and the videos and everything are available so that people don't need immediate online support. But we are currently in a pilot. I want to make sure that this platform works for everybody. And so I am committed to you through this pilot. Later students will do this without necessarily active online support, but we're in a pilot. So please, if there are bugs that you find, please send them to me. We want to work this out so that ministries, ministry training academies, churches, online schools of missions, that all kinds of Christian ministries will be able to use this platform in order to accomplish teaching and instruction for the sake of Christ online. So what we had here was there was something called a purposeful questions worksheet that can be downloaded, filled in, and uploaded. That we're working on a different way to do that so that that can be filled out online. So there will be evolution of this actual course online, even as we go through the process. Here is a okay. It's okay, here we are, the medical account of the crucifixion. So here's another online resource. Again, it's a PDF. It can be downloaded and printed if you wish, or you can refer to it online. Here's the First Principles Study Guide, which is referred to in the course. And here is the history of the sinner's prayer, which you can refer to online, or you can download that PDF. Here's some video resources, okay? So we go to the introduction. Here is a video. You can watch it online. You can also find the I'm pretty sure, let's see. Yeah, the video resources for this course come from this particular YouTube channel. And so you can go there and you can watch them on the YouTube channel in the native YouTube app, or you can watch them. Of course, they're just hosted on YouTube here as well. So anyway, there are 23 different videos here that are referenced throughout the course. So let's go now to the sessions, okay? The sessions, what you'll do is you'll use the session list to remind yourself when is the next session. Online will happen on Zoom. There will be no in-person for this particular course, but it will all happen on Zoom. After the fact, the recordings of each session will be posted up on the session review section. Okay, right now we have the session review section here, and you'll notice that the presentations have already been posted. Okay, it may be that these presentations are updated, and we would upload the updated presentations, but this course has been given before, so the presentations already exist down below for the various sessions. Finally, let's talk about the assignments. Here are the assignments. The first just describes a reading assignment. You're to read the following books and documents by the appropriate dates. And I say the following. What I really mean is the ones that are mentioned up in the books area. Let me just take a look quickly. Okay, if I were an organization administrator, I would have editing capabilities. Okay, and I could go in here to the course and I could look at this and I could say, there's something wrong with that. Let me go ahead and navigate to this particular area. Oops, let me navigate to assignments. Let me go into edit mode. This is not something that's available to students. Okay, And let me go back down to the assignments area. And what's happened here, I'm going to click on this and edit settings. And I'm going to see if there's any more information there. Aha. So there's no more information. I say read the following books. And in fact, I would do some editing here so that this is more clear. And then I would save and return to course. So I will remember to do that outside of this particular recorded session. Okay, but back to the student view. The student view is able to see. Let's jump down to viewing assignments. No, let's jump down. Let's see. So there are no paper. Oh, no, here it is. Here's the reflection paper. Okay, so one of the assignments is a reflection paper on Coleman. Coleman is the first book. Okay, there's some instructions here. Oh, I see now what I was saying here. Read the following books and documents. So here, here is the explanation of the book you're supposed to read. Whoops, could someone mute, please? So here was the book, and here is the reflection paper that we're supposed to do as students. So students will go in once they've read the book, or read the appropriate chapters in the book, they will read the instructions, they will do the assignment, they will presumably have like a Word document or something, and they will upload it to the website in this way. So I've already done so. Let me go ahead and remove my submission. Okay, I'm going to remove my submission. Okay, it marks it as not complete. I'm going to now add my submission, and I choose a file, and I'm gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna add an image. This is not what the assignment is. I'm supposed to add a Word file or something like that. Oops, let me click on that and upload the file. Okay, now I've been able to upload my assignment, and the instructors will be able to see my submitted assignment and go ahead and give me a grade. Okay, so that is the course index. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to navigate through the navigation. I'm going to show you through the navigation menu and what's available up here, just so you're familiar with it. Really, we've shown you the things you need to know so far. Getting into the course dashboard is what you want to do whenever you want to log in and get into the course. That's what you're going to be doing 95% of the time when you're online. You're going to click the course dashboard, you're going to get into the course, you're going to open the course index, and you're going to be working here. 95% of the time when you're online, that's what you're going to be able to do, or that's what you're going to be doing. Again, the dashboard menu is available. I'm not going to go over this. It's not really necessary at this stage. Also, here is the MTA West Africa homepage on the site. It will have all of the courses, even the ones perhaps that you're not enrolled in. But right now, there's only one course, so there's nothing different you can do here. There is a search bar that will allow you to search through all the courses. So if we envision a day where there are 100 different courses, someone could come online to this homepage for MTA West Africa. They could search through the courses, they could find the one they want, and they could enroll in it if in fact it's a self-enrollment course, or they can request to be added to the course if it's not a self-enrollment course. Okay, coming back to the course dashboard, there are also things up here. Here's documentation for people who are not logged in, documentation for people who are logged in as students, people who are logged in as teachers, and people who are logged in as organization managers. Currently, it is just Gilbert and Emmanuel who are the organization managers. And so that will not apply to most of you who are students. Let me just say that these guides are currently not filled in. We're working to fill them in, but this video will be part of the student guide. Then there's some more options here. Again, if you need to contact me by email, you can come to this support page. You can enter the subject and message, and the message will go to me. Hopefully, I will see it in a short amount of time. Also, there's access to more organizations. We're working on making this clear. This is currently a universal list. We don't want to make the universal list of ministries visible and available, only the public ministries. So MTA West Africa is currently a private ministry on the site. So it would only show up here to people who are members of the MTA West Africa. But through this more organizations, you will be able to see all of the public organizations or the organizations to which you belong. In the future, okay, well, there's also the search bar. If you just wonder, I want to go to making of a disciple. So I just put some stuff in there and it found making of a disciple. Okay, I click on it and I get to my course really easily through the search function. There's also a language menu. Okay, right now you should not assume that any of these other languages work properly. We have enabled them in order to start working with our brother Moses in Central Africa, and he's going to work with us after we finish the pilot for MTA West Africa. We're going to work with Central Africa to see how does the French language support work, and how can we make French language courses available on Virtual Christianity Learning Community. Then, of course, I've enabled Spain and Portuguese, Spanish and Portuguese, so that we can cover all the nations of Sub-Saharan Africa. I will probably begin working with the European Mission Society. I believe that they have an interest in using this platform, or they're considering it, in which case we'll be adding German and Italian, I imagine, reasonably soon, and perhaps other languages. But we're walking before we're running. We need to get the English pilot done before we do other languages, and I imagine that French will be next. And once we get French working, then we will know how to do it for any language for which we have content authors that can author appropriately courses in that language. So if you all want us to translate this into other languages, we can certainly do that. The platform has multi-language support. Also, there is a dark mode option right here. So if you prefer dark mode, you can just click on this. But if you prefer light mode, just click back. This is the notifications area. I don't know that in the first pass or through this pilot, we're going to be using the messaging capabilities of this platform very much, but there is a pretty robust messaging capability built into the platform. And so you could receive notifications here, and there will be an indication here if any notifications are sent. Here is the notifications area. You can send messages to others in the organization. Okay, let's see. So again, this is really not part of the pilot. The messaging is not part of the pilot, but yeah, and you can't even see the other members of this MTA West Africa organization. So at a different time, we will incorporate the messaging into our pilot process. Then finally, going back over to the user menu, you will be able to, again, you can go to the dashboard that you could go to the same way as over here. Okay, so I could go to the dashboard. Oh, well, that's the course dashboard, pardon me. But that's up here. You don't need to worry about going there. The profile we've already gone to. If you wanted to see your grades, okay, here we can go in and see your grades. Aha. So this particular student has already finished up most of his activities and has gotten very good grades. So you can take a look at your grades there. Here's the calendar. Again, we're not working on the calendar. I'll make a separate video about how to use the calendar, but you can see that I've got a calendar view. This particular student has actually signed up for these available sessions, so they show up on his calendar, but that is not central to the use of the system in this pilot. Yeah, you know what? They're really, and the only thing you need to worry about on this user menu is the profile. And the profile, the main thing you need to worry about here is to edit your profile, get your name, country, city, time zone, and user picture correct. It appears there's another way you can get to the grades from the profile. Please do make sure you click both edit profile if you want to edit it and save once you're done editing it. Otherwise, the changes you make will not be saved. Okay, that's the overview. Hopefully, this has been valuable to you, and you will be able to be successful. Oh, let me try one more thing. I'm going to show how, let's see, I am MTA student 1. So I'm going to show how, right now, how someone gets, becomes a user and gets logged in, okay? So if I were the course administrator, okay, let's come out of edit mode. Oh, you know what? Here are a few more things that I want to show to students. Also in the course view, you can take a look at the participants. Okay, so here are all the list. Here's the list of participants, and of course you can choose the different pages, or I could look for Mr. Kameng by clicking on last name K, and I can, oh, there's Gilbert, and then I can click out of that. So I can navigate very simply using the first name, first letter, and last name, first letter. I can actually put in a variety of search terms here, but this is a more complicated way. I find this to be a very effective way to find a particular user. I can also look at my grades this way. I can also, never mind the rest of these things. So for students, here's the course view, here's the participants view, and here's the my grades view for this particular course. Okay. So that's the update for users, for students. Over here for organization administrators who are also teachers, I may want to, and an organization manager is the one who adds users. So in order to add a user, look what they've got. An organization manager has this organization dashboard in their menu. So this is something that students do not have. Okay, so they can go through and they can edit the organization. They can change the settings on the organization. Please, they should not, I mean, I've said they should not change these values. These are important values for standardization on the site. But what they can do is they can go into users and they can create a user. Okay, so this is all they need to do. They need to say, let's say MTA student 2, and of course they would put the proper first name and last name in here, but I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use this funny looking email address, MTA West Africa student 2 at virtualchristianity.org. So again, they would type in the actual first name, last name, and email address of the user. Okay, we're always going to use the email address as the username. Bringing in separate usernames just adds to the confusion of the site. And then the fourth thing they need to do is to add the standard beginning student password. So I'm not going to mention it here, but they type in the password, and in fact they can peek to see whether they typed in the right one. In fact, they didn't. Okay, so this is good practice to make sure that they put in the standard password, and then they just go down. Oh, one more thing, the role they're assigning is a user. So a student is a user, but they need to assign a course. So all they do is they go in here, they type making and enter the making of a disciple, so that now when they're inviting this user to MTA West Africa, the student will automatically be enrolled in the making of a disciple. They submit and create a user. No, we're not going to save that to our browser. There we go. So now a student would come over here, and they would, if they're lucky, they would have actually received an email. Okay. Now, let me say that it's regrettable that at present, the email configuration is very challenging. Okay. It is not, it is such that many people are not receiving the emails that the system is sending. But it turns out that, oh, wait just a sec here. Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm just checking to see whether I've received my email. I was going to show you what it looks like in case it comes out. Well, here are emails that were copied to me, the administrator, from other people. But anyway, I didn't receive my email. What do I do? Well, I go over here, I enter my email address, I enter the password that I was told. Okay, I enter the password that I was told on the WhatsApp channel. Okay, I log in, and it's going to tell me that I must change my password to proceed. That's fine. That's what I intended to do. So I enter the current password, which is the one I got on the WhatsApp channel. It appears that it remembers it for me. I'm going to put in my new password. Okay. I'm going to put in my new password. I save the changes. Oh, it didn't like that, so maybe it didn't remember. Okay, I'm going to put in the password that I was given on the WhatsApp channel. I'm going to type it very carefully. And I'm in. Okay, it says the password has been changed. I don't want to say, of course, you might want to save the password in your browser so you'll be able to get in very easily, but I'm in. So that's the way that it works for a brand new user. Okay, in order to get into the system, and we're assuming that the email is not working properly. So for a last ditch, well, the best thing is if you cannot get in and you need someone to reset your password on the site. Currently, the organization managers cannot do that. They don't have permission to change your password. But I, as the site administrator, do have that ability. So you can just contact me on the WhatsApp channel that I'm doing online support for, or you can go to the support link and send me a message. Okay, help, I can't get in. Okay, so, oh, you know what? This may require you to be logged on to get to it. So just use the WhatsApp to contact me. Anyway, that's the end of our online orientation. For last hour, we will be repeating this for this coming hour. Are there any questions?
Yeah,
Mine is
Steve,
not a question.
yeah, please go ahead.
Mine is not a question, just to say thank you so much for the yeoman's job done. This is incredible. I appreciate you so much and all the team on the MTA West Africa. Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Thank you, Charlie. And by the way, we appreciate the encouragement. We really do. But let me just say to everyone that that you may be really excited about it right now, and then you get into it and you experience some problems. Please don't be discouraged. This is a pilot. We're trying to iron out all the details so that it works great for everybody. Hopefully everyone will have the same glowing report at the end of the course as Charlie articulated right now. But we'll work through it. Please, no one be discouraged, and please help us to help you make this a great and successful platform. Yes, Rotimi or Rotimi.
Rotimi, go ahead.
Okay, you're
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yes.
now.
Oh, wow. Sorry, I guess my device is having a little challenge. All
We
right,
can
good
hear you now.
afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for the pilots. Thank you for the overview. I think it makes sense, at least for like a version 1. All the contents are organized in sections. So my observations as we iterate on the process is I want to recommend that we kind of group the entire process in sessions, because I'm thinking, okay, after all this, a typical person who may not have a clear direction on where to go first, the natural thing would be to start from the top, where you see announcements, syllabus, and all. But that may be a bit overwhelming. When we can plan like a user journey where all the sessions will just be the guide. For instance, session 1, okay, session 0, orientation, fine. But session 1, we have everything in there. And just like I'm seeing, the reading is there, the video is there. Majorly, those are the 2 things that are captured. But going through that process, I noticed after the V6, that doesn't take me to the next thing automatically. So I'm suggesting if we can have like a process such that 1, after the as done, then after maybe like 5 seconds or so, it can move to the next video. Because people who are not so literate or familiar about these interfaces may forget to click it as done and just move on without actually checking that off.
Mm.
Then 2, for the book reading, I checked chapter 1. It's just loaded the PDF page in sight, which makes sense. Yeah. So I went to session 2. I checked chapter 2 here, association. What I observed is it's just put me back to the first page of the book. So I want to suggest, if possible, we can just hyperlink that page to the beginning of chapter 2, such that if that page is clicked, it will just take you to chapter 2. Then again, if we want to make it mandatory, that I'm not sure exactly how we can check that off to be sure that there's a linear path of after reading, then you go to the video, but that may not necessarily work that way because people may have preferences. But for me, I think at least if we can find a way to mostly guide people automatically, where after one session, at least it checks off automatically, then they are pushed to the next one. Then we know that the part where we would require them to read the book and maybe do some reflection in the book, there should not be allowed to progress to the next thing until that is done. So we can say that, okay, whatever is intended in this session is done before we can move to the next thing. Then, even in checking off the videos, I saw that there are certain conditions that has been suggested before you can check off the videos, where one is if you have watched it, two, if you have considered it. I'm not really sure the context of that. And three is if you have applied it to your ministry or to your life. Personally, I'm not also sure the context of that. For me, it feels a little vague and very subjective. So I don't know what is intended by those things, but I am assuming the check off should be a way to show progress in. So checked the grades page. It shows that, I'm assuming that it is after all those sessions are checked off that it would reflect on or to aggregate what to reflect in the grades. So again, I'm not sure the thoughts behind that. Then I also see that attending the sessions are also mandated. So maybe I should just stop here for now. But I get the big picture. My only concern is I am a bit familiar with LMS platforms and all, so I can find my way around. But I'm concerned about people who may not necessarily know what to do first and next and how to navigate. Apart from the sidebar that has pretty much a layout of all the groupings, I feel it may be a bit overwhelming to have so many things, looking at you. But if all we can see as users are just the sessions, so session 1, then if you go into that session 1, there are different things that needs to be done. Okay, I need to watch video, I need to read book, I need to do an assignment by this point, I need to submit and here and there. Then I need to attend a live review session. So I feel maybe that can make it a bit less overwhelming, so to speak. That's my own opinion. Maybe other details I can reach out in person and we can walk it through.
Excellent. Thank you for those suggestions. We will, I think one of the ones that we could jump on right away is just to move the sessions up to the top. I think that's a very good idea. Because in fact, as you have pointed out, if we actually go here and if we read through the policies and so forth, then this tells you what you need to do, and you can just click on there and go to the appropriate video and then back. So anyway, those were all very good suggestions. Thank you, Rotimi. And are there others? Okay, I think we should adjourn the 1 p.m. West Africa time session. And we should do it again for those who have just joined for the 2 p.m. West Africa time session. Is that good, Gilbert and Emmanuel?
Yeah, I think that's good. A good number of them have already joined.
Okay. Yeah, so let me log out in order to begin again. Okay, let's see.
Should we stop the recording or you separate them?
Oh, that's a good idea. Why don't we do that?
All right.
Oh, does that work? You can have two separate recordings for a Zoom session?
I think so.
Okay, in any case, I will be editing these.
Okay,
But,
so
yeah.
we'll just let it roll. You edit it.
Yeah, let's just let it roll.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Steve,
Yes,
will you want me to stop the initial recording so that we'll start a new one? That might be helpful.
let's go ahead and do that. Let's stop and restart.